Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We begin in the name of Allah, we praise Allah, we send countless of blessings on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Thank you for joining the R2F show. And as you see from the title, we're going to talk about why in the heck is the Ummah so weak? What happened to Islamic manhood? What happened to um, being strong, and we'll get into all that. But we'll start right with just playing a clip just to kind of give you guys a little breakdown of what's going on. This is a news story; they cover it. So let me share my screen. But it's annoying me just thinking about what we're about to see. So no, I apologize. We apologize in advance for if we sound too annoyed by this, or if anybody gets offended. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see here. Okay, here we go.
Growing call to condemn hate after this video surfaced showing a group of USF students being harassed as they were trying to pray on the rooftop of a parking garage on the USF campus. Tonight, Jada Williams is listening to local religious leaders and taking your questions right to investigators.
Despite what happened on Tuesday, shy away from publicly practicing their religion Friday. But the law enforcement presence nearby drove, and if this doesn't, and I watched.
Anyway, they cover story. They're praying on a rooftop. Some white Christian nationalist, whatever, were basically trying to interrupt their prayer, going around them with baking, walking in front of them, saying Jesus is God and all these different things while they were praying. And they were ignoring them. And then we have.
We look up to see them taunting us in our faces with bacon.
Oh my God.
I had to relive the whole thing again.
Oh gosh. Anyway, so
this is the wonder of an approach.
Let me stop this right there. So at the end of the day, I mean, we'll get to everybody's thoughts on this. If you guys have any comments, comment in. I'm thinking back to the Sirah and different things that Muslims would do, like to show that we are strong, that we aren't weak. Down to like during jihad, like men are allowed to dye their beard black to show that we're young and full of energy. During the Eid, when we're walking to the Eid prayer, we're supposed to say the takbir loud and let everybody know, like, yeah, we're here. We're celebrating our Eid. And there's so many different things that's in fiqh, and just being Muslim, where we're supposed to show our strength as Muslims to the kafirs, right? And I don't care what you're feeling or how embarrassed you are, whatever you're feeling while you're giving an interview about guys taunting you with baking. At no point should you, as a man, break down and cry over it. I mean, his wife should have divorced him, right? She should have left him for a real man. Seriously, it's so annoying seeing this crap, and it's like, I'll look at the black guy next to him, and he's looking at him like, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, the boy, and I don't know, he looks to be in his 20s. But if he has a job, he should be fired. If he's married, he should be divorced. If he has a position in the masjid, they should bar him from coming back. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. You know what I mean? Send him to Afghanistan or somewhere. And do a couple years there or something, because
2-3 years Pakistan, forget.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this show definitely set the, I mean, I don't want to say it set the Ummah back, but I mean, I don't know if the brother, he looks to be like he might be Bengali or maybe Pakistani or Indian or somewhere in that mix, somewhere in that range, somewhere in that area. But he definitely set them back. If he's Bengali, he set the Bengalis back, a lot. One of y'all got to come out and just, one of y'all got to like bump into Floyd Mayweather one time and then knock him out cold or something, duck his punch, slip a jab and then knock him out. So it got to be.
You know how we have we usually have, like, for African Americans, we have our race trading, our
Yeah.
we need to go ahead and like put him on the trading block.
It's over, man.
Oh, yeah.
But in all seriousness, I mean, think about this. Number one, let's go from the beginning. Why did those white dudes decide to bother them while they were praying? I mean, that's the question number one. They saw them as weak. If there was just a group of black people, talking about church stuff or whatever, they probably wouldn't have bothered them. I bet you if that was a group of, drag queens, just some dudes pretending to be women over there, they wouldn't have done that.
Nope.
Because, and trust me, we've all seen videos before where some gay man beats the mess out of some dude. So they wouldn't have done that. Why did they do that? They already looked at you as you're weak, and they didn't think you were going to do anything already. So if they would have analyzed why they did it, for them to just keep praying, I mean, it's not even salatul khawf. But listen, okay, put it this way: if I'm in that position, I'm praying, minding my business. We're leading the salah. We're praying, trying to make it look like it was Maghrib salah, and somebody comes up and starts in the middle walking, talking about bacon. I'm gonna stop praying, and the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna say what needs to be said to that person. But if it already is a point where they ain't really trying to hear what I'm saying, they already basically with their actions said, y'all are bitchs, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing. So you have to escalate at that point. You must do it. Yeah. And you would have been in the right, even if y'all would have got beat up. Y'all outnumbered them also. It was at least 5 to 7 Muslims there, and it was 3. Looked like 3 white dudes, maybe one guy holding the camera, 2 or 3 people. That's it. Yeah. I mean, you gotta fight. You have to fight them at that point. I mean, it's not about the bacon. They're literally calling you a bunch of weaklings, wimps, punks, and as a man in general, you have to stand on something. But as a Muslim, especially, you know what I mean? We're about that life. The Muslim is supposed to be looking for opportunities for jihad. And if there ever was an opportunity in the West where you can legitimately fight fi sabilillah, that was your chance. That was your chance to fight fi sabilillah. Stop your salah or continue your salah and whoop their ass while you're praying. You could have done that too.
It all boils down to, and this is like throughout the Western Ummah, where
this man Jaffer done lagged out. Alhamdulillah. Maybe he'll return, inshallah. But I'll just say this before he gets back. Listen, this does boil down to the West has done such damage for the average Muslim, where they've like kind of radicalized the Muslims against being violent, right? And it's like, oh, we have to perceive Islam as this religion of peace, where Islam spread peacefully throughout the whole world, and there was no wars. And even like a lot of popular Western, I guess, shuyukhs or storytellers, whatever, have told you stories about how Islam spread to Indonesia without any wars, or how it spread to Africa without any war. This is all a fairy tale. Majority of the reason why Islam has spread to the other parts of the world is because of wars and conquests. Muslims fought all these battles, all these wars. It didn't stop. It went all the way to Spain. It went all the way to Pakistan. It went all the way to freaking Ethiopia. They fought wars nonstop. They were fighting wars years upon years upon years. This is what happened. And so for this person, right? So they're on the USF campus, which is the University of Southern Florida. That is probably the least crazy thing they've ever seen there. In Florida, like come on. You saw some bacon, right? And the flashbacks of some pork bacon made you cry. Are we for real? like in Florida, you know, like, you just like go to a grocery store and start crying when you see bacon or pork.
I mean, listen, talking about you had to relive the incident.
Right. Like,
what happened to you? Nothing even happened to you.
they
didn't even touch you.
They have some bacon in your face.
You finished praying. I mean, which you should have stopped. I'm like, what I don't understand is, why did they decide to do nothing? And then you run to the police? I mean, how did anyone find out about? Listen, after that happens, let me think about this. You wind up getting harassed during your salah. You do nothing. You try to keep praying or whatever. They're throwing bacon and walking in front of you and doing all types of stuff. They probably posted it to their social media or something like that. Mm-hmm. So how do you wonder if someone calls you up like, oh yeah, I know you got punked while you were trying to pray the other day. You want to have a press conference about it? Then you're going to have a press. I mean,
this is an injustice, hate crime against Muslims, and we've seen a rise in Islamophobia here in America, and this has to stop. Like, bro, listen. As Mark said, they wouldn't do that to you if they had some respect for you, right? Mm-hmm. Or just some fear. Like, I guarantee you, if it was a group of black Muslims praying, that's not happening to black Muslims. Mm-hmm. And even though we're the lowest on the totem pole, I promise you, that didn't happen.
No, a fight's breaking out immediately. A fight's breaking out immediately, and I mean,
wait, Mubarak. I feel like if the people that interrupted them to freaking with the bacon were black, they probably would have fought them. They probably because they're white. They said, "Oh, sorry, master, I'm so sorry."
I mean, it's like, what do you hope to gain by having that press conference and crying? Like, I mean, it's like you think that anybody is going to think positively of you. Every Islamophobe that sees that is going to think these niggas is punks, and we can continue to punk them. They're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to do mine next. Next time, I'm going to bring a live pig. I'm going to bring a pig from the farm.
Yep.
And every time they see a group of Muslims praying in public, that automatically triggers punks. We can go bother them. We can mess with them. Now, had they set an example and been like, yo, whether we get beat up or not, we are about to fight all of y'all. And then the next time they would think, man, you know what? I really would like to do this bacon trick again, but last time, man, I got punched in the jaw.
Yes, I ain't
dude. You know, I got scratched in the face or whatever. Dude, you know, threw his kufi at me or something. I mean, he, you know, I mean, at least let him think twice about trying to fight you. Instead, they basically, from the not doing nothing during the salah to having a press conference and crying, literally invites every person who has thought about bothering a Muslim during their prayer to then be encouraged and emboldened to do it. It's shameful. It's super sad, actually.
Absolutely. But on the flip side, I can see like just random scenarios because he's been godly. I can see there being some like white Christian girl on campus that he's trying to impress into bleak to Islam, and so she's like super liberal, and so she's like, you know, peaceful as peace. He's like, see, I didn't fight back, Dave. Like, you should convert to Islam because we're religion of peace. I can see them trying to get up that spiel because they have to go into this nonsense.
That ain't gonna get it done. I mean, to be honest with you, I know at the beginning I said I was kind of joking about that, where I was saying that he needs to be stripped of his position and fired from his job and divorced from his wife. But I mean, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, listen, I mean, I wouldn't have done it. I think that brother probably will get mocked and teased about this for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a wrap. Unless, like, he got to redeem himself. He got to redeem himself somehow. Let somebody, I mean, go to that same spot at the same time and do it again, pray again, hoping that they return so that you can get your get back. that's the only option.
Is that, like, in life you're only given so many opportunities to like show your like worth and like man as a man, right? And like it could be just random stuff. Like, I remember having to move an apartment with me and the wife, and I moved by myself. She was so impressed on me lifting stuff like couches and stuff, and like, oh, that man is strong as hell. Like, you have certain just instances in life you can prove yourself as a man to just the people. And so you failed there, bro. You had a test there. All of you guys had a test there, and you failed miserably. As Muslims, as men, it just a clean sweep of just failing.
Yeah, like we
And
say.
you cried after.
Yeah, like we say, respect comes standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It comes. There's a certain amount of respect,
At
that's
default,
built
yes.
in.
Mm-hmm.
That generally you have, but to lose it, it's incredibly hard to gain it back. Like, we expect a man to be brave and to defend himself when he needs to, and to be tough and stoic in when it calls for it. But I mean, he did the opposite of all those things. I mean, and it's not just the brother that was talking, but even the people who were following him in Salah.
Yeah.
Somebody should have peeled off and started
something.
throwing some blows or something, or at least say something. I mean, I don't get it. But you have the opportunity to prove yourself, prove your worth as a man at least. And when you don't do that and you lose the respect, it's extremely difficult to then even just to build back up to where you were. You're just known as the people who just were too weak to defend themselves. I mean, I could see if they were praying in the street or blocking the path or whatever. They literally in the far corner of the parking
on a rooftop somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Rooftop?
If they were all the way in the corner, the guys literally had to go out of their way to bother them.
Yep.
Which means you're fully well within your rights to knock them silly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do it. Now, I mean, you might say, well, they might get an assault charge. Listen, if someone is in your face, threatening you and begging, you can take that as a hostile act.
Exactly. And just like how campuses work, they probably reserve that space just to do that. But thinking about it more, it makes it worse because it happened to them, right? They recorded it, watched the video back, posted it online, and they came back days later to cry about it on the news. so like that's damn near 3 strikes, bro. Like you already out of the game.
And I mean that's unfortunately that's the weakness of the Ummah, just being spayed and neutered, as Bob Barker would say. They just they testicles removed.
Mm-hmm.
And you come here and hoping, and I say this quite often, in my location, how the route that the immigrant Muslims are taking is one that the indigenous African Americans already traveled down.
Mm-hmm.
You had some groups of black people that were hoping that the white people would like them. They would try to be, I think we have a term for them called coons.
COON.
Hoping, trying to get them to like them, and trying to, they don't like you. You're never. I mean, you listen. The best you can do is get indifference, where they don't really. I mean, they're just indifferent. They're like, all right, yeah, those are the Muslims. Those are the foreigners. They're, whatever. We don't mind them or whatever. That's the best you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You have a few outliers. Listen, don't get caught up in thinking, well, hey, I went to school with, Bobby and Ted and Dwayne or whatever, and they're my friends.
Mm-hmm.
You're an outlier. But as a group, everybody all together, as a group, you're seen as strange and odd, and you always are going to be seen that way. You're not going to be fully an American. Doesn't matter if you were born here or not.
Exactly.
Same thing for black people. Yeah, the foreigners. Y'all think that, okay, when someone says, why don't you go back to your country? We've been being told that also, and we're from here. Go back to Africa.
400 or 500 years, born here. Like, go back to Nigeria. Nigeria wasn't even founded when we got to the like two states. Crazy stuff happens.
Yeah. So this hope that they all of a sudden, will find some sympathy for you. No, they're not going to find any sympathy for you on an individual level. Maybe someone who knows you, your neighbor or something like that, or a classmate or a school fellow or whatever, maybe. But in general, no, they don't see any. Not going to have any sympathy for you. So don't operate that way. You have to. If you can't get them to like you, then now the next best thing. The next best thing.
They gotta fear you. All right.
Be afraid then.
Yeah. Because Mubarak mentioned this, but because for a lot of Muslim immigrants, they tend to be of the Indian subcontinent, or they're like African, right? Maybe out of, but history would tell you of America, right? The Japanese Americans, right, were here for so long, right? Upstanding members of the American society. When World War II came, what did FDR say? Put all the niggas in the internment camps. I don't want to have a chance of them chinks over here overthrown by my government fighting with Japan. So it did, like, they were there for years, hundreds of years. Good for the society, all that stuff. Internment camps. Same thing's gonna happen to y'all.
Yeah, and I mean that's and honestly, and I know that we're kind of like joking a little bit, but it's really serious actually. And so even when the whole thing with the ICE raids and roundups have been going on for the last year or so, and they're rounding up all the Mexicans and people who look like Mexicans or whatever, and you know, people are like, "Oh wow, so bad this happened to them," and I keep trying to tell some brothers, I'm like, y'all know y'all next, right?
Right,
I mean,
like,
yeah, y'all the next. And because I mean, at one point in time, they was taking $750 per person that they were able to
round up,
you know, get the ICE. So I mean, that's someone can, you know, instead of going to work that day, just grab one Mexican or someone who just is brown enough.
If you speak Spanish, hey, Holmes,
or not. Listen, some of these people, they don't know the difference between Spanish and Turkish at all. It all's gibberish to them, so they don't even know. They don't know the difference.
Nonsense,
yeah. So just grab somebody, anybody who's a little brown. He's speaking Bengali, but they like
close enough.
Yeah, he's brown like a Mexican, and I can't understand what he's saying. Just like I don't know what the Mexican is saying. So throw him in the wagon and haul him off. But for some of the Muslims to think, and what was that? I think I posted the
I got it.
the tweet from the thing that talked about
Here we go.
I don't know, saying where so this is the director of the USCIS, which is the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and he's saying we will review green cards for all foreign nationals from countries of concern. Do you know what the countries of concern are?
Muslim countries.
The Muslim countries.
All of them. African too, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, those are the countries of concern. So, and I was telling people this last year. Yeah. I'm saying, don't get too comfortable. You're next.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's a thing where, you know, in a lot of ways, some of the reasons why a lot of people were let into this country is to the point where your usefulness is running out. They don't really need you that much no more. So it may be a thing where they're looking for an excuse to go ahead and run you on out of here. So, but take it very seriously. When they say that they're going to review the green cards of all people from countries of concern, that's all Muslim countries. And so you have to think about, you know, anything for anything, just about, you know, they're going to start, you know, rounding some people up. I even think that this, you had this situation. You also had the thing in Dearborn. I don't know if we have the clips of that, but the thing in Dearborn where there was a guy in the street trying to do something with the Quran or whatever. They had a big blow up over there. I think some of these things are manufactured to get people to follow suit and to stir up trouble with the Muslims. So it would be easier for them to
get them out of here.
Yeah, get them out of here.
Because
but I'm saying,
notice, anytime there's a large going on with somewhere in Tel Aviv, Israel, right? They have some like Jewish psyop, or there's some Jewish pedophile who's exposed for having kids. Rarely there's just some out of guy who goes a lot bar in a crowd and tries to blow people up. Real convenient. Like, come on, we're not stupid here.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say that, and so people may be thinking, well, it's kind of contradictory. Where in the beginning he said, well, while they were praying, they should have just fought. And now he's saying, well, they're looking for any excuse to get you out of here. But I'm saying they're probably going to get you up out of here whether you do it or not. So you might as well go out in a position of strength instead of, you know, going out limping. You know, persecution is worse than slaughter. So if they're going to humiliate you and provoke you and try to incite you and try to, you know, punk you, I mean, You know, don't go out let no punk. They're gonna. I mean, if they're gonna ship you out, they're gonna ship you out anyway. You know, go out as they say, go out on your shield. You
Yeah.
know.
I'm about to say, if you think otherwise, the founding of what's that country called? Liberia, right? In the 1800s was America said, hey, listen, after slavery, damn, we have to get some of these niggas out of here. So they literally founded Liberia just to get rid of the niggas. Like they deported black people from America to Liberia just to get you out of here. So no one's really safe.
Yeah, but I would say you just gotta be careful, man. But that's the thing. It's like there was a video a couple years back where I think it was in Chicago where one guy beat the mess out of a father and son. And all they were doing was like basically just saying stop or whatever. He carjacked them, he beat them up, took their car, you know, and literally while the guy is beating up the dad, the son is basically like, you know, stop, don't. He never like tried to fight him.
Yeah.
He just tried to like, hey, stop. We're peaceful people. Well, the person you're trying to get to stop is not peaceful.
Clearly,
So, I mean, what are you doing? He's not peaceful. So he beat them both up, beat the mess out of both of them, and took their stuff and their car. And it's like, that doesn't work here. That doesn't work here. I know you people are they want to try to avoid coming off as, you know, too militant or because of 9/11 terrorists and we're Islamist peace or whatever. Listen, you'll wind up getting, you know, humiliated repeatedly going that route. You know what I mean? Islam doesn't mean peace. Islam means submission to Allah. But that's to Allah.
Yeah.
The regular people running around here, nah, we ain't going.
Which is really important because we're at a time now where Muslims try to be so progressive, right? They're trying to fit in with all these Western ideologies, and you'll see them try to like, I guess like pacify or just like rebrand Islam. Like whenever there's a sister talking about how like, oh, it's such a benefit and blessing for you to not have to pray during your menses because of this, that, and the third. It's always the same spiel. And it's like, oh, it's because like Islam was pro-feminist. No, that's not. Those things don't coincide. Islam was complete. It was perfected for a reason. It doesn't need to be changed or upgraded to 2025. It's not how it works. And being ashamed of your past is crazy. Like Muslims would dead ass just deny the events that took place in history with the war. So oh well, it wasn't really like that. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But you know, like I said, I hope, hopefully, the Muslims get another chance. And by another chance, I mean,
nah. They already had 3 chances. And wait. And listen. I'm not calling for any violence, but I respect it more because they have those 3 white people on camera on the two faces. If they would have went back and jumped them, I would have like, all right, good stuff. Like at least you did something, bro. Like
yeah. I mean, it's like it's too late after that. That's like after the referee break everything up, and then it's like the fight really. It's like okay, after the 12 rounds is over, then like while they doing the thing at the end, you know, then you go and whack them. It's like,
hey, listen.
So
hop out the cage, all right? Okay. Because you hop out the cage and move to go white people. So
yeah, but listen, I mean, I was thinking about this today, right? I was thinking about it as we just get ready for the show. I was like, man, when I go to Jimmer tomorrow, I'm packing. I'm just like, I'm gonna be ready. I don't want to say I'm not hoping, but if in the event, I'll be ready. There's always a brother or two. In my mention, there's always somebody that is armed, just out of habit. But I'm like, at this point, I mean, and I wonder if anybody is, and the point is that this situation might lead other people to make them brave enough to come up in a message. Maybe they will try to do it at Jumar. But I'm just saying, I mean, this is a public service announcement. If you try that mess at Jumar while I'm there will be a fight. Mm-hmm. There will definitely be a fight. You might want to check another spot. Because if I'm there, I'm hoping. I'm looking for it.
The masajid that I go to frequently is too peaceful. The imam's too white. The imam's probably about to have a khutbah about being thankful for a law. So I'm over there tomorrow. So it's two people. Actually, they might be mad at me if I fight the niggas there who come like, yeah, I fight them. I'm already coming back to our community. What you need to do here, brother? You're there for the massage.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, and so some people might be thinking, I mean, look at those boys. They're just college students. I mean, they're not, big. They didn't look like fighters or whatever. That don't matter. Even if they would have got beat up, if they all would have tried to beat those 3 white dudes up and they got knocked out cold, I would have respected it. I would have respected it. I'd been like, wow, they can't fight, but hey, I respect the, that they stood on some sort of business, but you can't just went about like that. It's almost like this. Before I say this, I'm not making fun of the Salah or anything like that, but them continuing to pray to me was similar to, if you ever seen a person where somebody is ready to fight and the dude who really don't want to fight, he keeps his hands in his pockets or he just keeps turning to the side. He doesn't really he's not going to square up. He just keeps his hands in his pocket or puts his hands behind his back or whatever. That's almost showing him that I'm not going to hit you. So please don't hit me. That's really what that says. Sometimes it's like that. Where there's something different. Yeah, it's like, I mean, that continue to pray was like, we hope by the time we're done with the Salah, they leave. Which you just can't do it.
I have a story from when I was in high school once upon a time, right? Two of the boys got into an argument, right? So one of them wanted to fight the other dude, right? This man was so terrified. He comes here into Salah, right? To start praying. When he went into Ruku, he said, he was so the Hafiz was so pissed off that day.
But yeah, man, it's like he definitely can do it fine.
I was starting to say before I got cut off from my internet, but
yeah, who got to you?
It's really a situation that's kind of reflective of what we're kind of doing wrong in the West as far as dawah is concerned, because Muslims are so worried about like our image of appearing as violent or whatever. So we want to do this Christianized version of Islam, or we turn our other cheek and we avoid the violence. And it's like, no, Muslims, when we're put in situations where we have to fight, we don't shy away from that, right? Mm-hmm. And you actually it's kind of like this. What do you tell your kids when they're getting bullied at school? Do you say, "Oh, just ignore them"? Don't do anything. No, at some point, you have to sock the bully in the face. And you know what? We'll go try that with these Hindus and Buddhist monks. We won't do that with the Muslims because we know the Muslims, they're going to fight. And I'm going to get hurt. I'm not going to go to work on Monday or whatever, right? This is what you're getting bullied. So sitting there ignoring the bully is they're doing that for views. I'm pretty sure if they would have got their ass beat, they would have this is not a good idea. We can't do this again. It reminds me of that guy a few years ago. He was doing it to Islamberg. He's like, I'm gonna go to Islamberg and I'm gonna take a picture by their side, and he was acting like he was getting chased and Muslims wanted to kill him, and he was having people send him money and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But he wasn't showing up anywhere. He would go to a masjid in the middle of the night and take a picture by their sign or something, right? But he knew he was afraid of certain things. So we have to, as Muslims, we have to exude strength, power, dignity. There was women in that salat. You're not going to stand up for the women that were these guys are walking around. If we're in a masjid and a Muslim goes to walk in front of us during salat, what are we supposed to do? Stop him.
Stop.
Yep.
If he does it again, stop him. What do you do the third time he tries it?
Fight him.
You fight him.
Yeah.
It's a kafir doing that.
I mean, listen, you know what? Just think about this. Me and Amr were talking about how when you come with a certain standard of respect, then there's certain things that you can do that raises your amount of respect and reverence that people have for you, and the other thing that you can do that can lower it down. If you lose it, it's incredibly hard to get back to your baseline where you just automatically were. You know, and so let's think of just imagine instead of those boys, which may Allah help them and us too. But what if we were sitting there praying at UCF? We're sitting there making our salah, whatever. Do you know we would have been international heroes? Why? Because we would listen. No, our whole bat versus knife debate or whatever, you would have seen the whole repertoire. You would
everybody's behind the camera. No, film this.
Yo, you see, we'll have they phone chasing them down. Right?
And the thing is, totally justified because as soon as they got in our face, arm's distance, you are threatening me now, and I'm going to defend myself.
Yeah, and with even now saying like with the bacon or whatever, that could be seen as a hostile act. And they actually those dudes that did that, they actually got charged with a hate crime or something like that. But the point is, like all over the ummah, it would have been, as far as in Muslim circles, they would have been heroes.
It would have been every.
They would have been heroes.
Story would have been shared to every auntie everywhere from Pakistan to Somalia.
So
many engagement proposals they would have got, those guys.
Oh heck yeah! Listen,
how many is he gonna get?
I mean, the thing is, you got no sympathy. There's not a single person, no Muslim is giving you sympathy for crying. No kafir is giving you sympathy for crying. No woman is giving you sympathy for crying. And no man is giving you sympathy for crying. Yeah. So instead, there was a golden opportunity to literally be heroes. And it really is a good example for the ummah. It's like you have an opportunity. And it's not about necessarily fighting, but literally just standing on what's right, what you believe in, not being worried about the optics so much as much as doing what's right in the moment. And if you do that, then Allah is going to honor you. As we know the hadith, right? When you see an injustice, the first thing, the highest level, is to stop it with your hands. Is it not an injustice for someone to be mocking the salah and mocking the religion, mocking the messenger while you're praying? You're praying while someone is actively trying to interrupt that and mocking Allah, the messenger, and the religion. That was your opportunity for that prayer to take action. That prayer, the khushu' that you were, having, and it should have called you to then have that taqwa should have led to taking some action. Yeah. And had it been done, it could have been such an amazing thing. It could have, who knows how much it would energize the ummah.
Instead of heroes, like the thing that comes to my mind is I forget the Sahaba's name, but the one that was put back in Medina with the sisters. And you're like, go get those guys. Like, I don't fight. I can't do it. Behind the wall. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, here's the thing: if we were praying with our people, like, okay, we're gonna go a little race thing. Imagine us praying with our people. It probably would have been the women that would have been the first to start fighting. We're like, all right, we gotta step in. Like we would have had to go. All right, we gotta step in, y'all. They wild.
Yeah, there's no way. The ladies would have been fighting. The kids would have been fighting. The men would have been. Whoever's there would have definitely. I don't even think if just one of us was just praying alone, and those three came and recorded, they would have definitely got fought. They would have got fought. I don't see.
If I lost, I'm still fighting there. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if you lose, it's almost like. That's what I said. Even if those three white dudes beat them all up, we'd have been like, hey, but we respect it.
Like Mubarak started in the very beginning. He said, look at what they did. They waited for y'all to start praying. The people who do things like this aren't about that life anyway. The first dude you would have punched in the face, the rest of them would have just backed off. Oh, and then try to get some footage. Like, look at the Muslim attacking us. They would have just played victim. And you would have been the hero that punched one of them in the face and scared off these little white nationalists. People that are about that life don't do stuff like that, right? Even segueing into the stuff that happened with our former cult members and people that ride the fence. Stop being little. We can't stop. Stop being little bees.
Cats. What's another name for a cat?
Yeah. Stop being little kitty, right? Because you for some reason, and it's like a epidemic where we think that like playing victim is somehow honorable. Somehow is going to get us people on our side if we play the low role, lower our wing. You don't lower your wing to people that are bullies, aggressive, like cowards. They don't like you. For people that that are riding this fence, whether you're riding the fence of being in and out of a cult, whether you're riding the fence of being a Muslim versus a modern day atheist, like you're trying to fit in with society. There's all these people that are just trying to ride this fence instead of standing on what they're supposed to be standing on. And every single time, the people that stand in that gray area, you get dishonored, you get disrespected, you get the worst treatment than anybody else. Than anybody else. The like for instance, let's go race relations, right? For all the minorities that try to play like, I'm like, I'm cool with the white nationalists and I'm cool with this and that. They come at y'all, right? You don't see no KKK member coming at the Nation of Islam. they don't mess with that. You don't see that happening at all. But the point is that you have to stand for something, or that you don't. You stand for something, or you stand for nothing, right? You're going to get pushed over in a win. So the message out of this, and we'll bring it full circle, talking about just how, and it's really we just keep showing our weakness as an ummah. We're to the point of like, it's not the first time, but some quote unquote Muslim gets elected to a public office. And we're all like, yay, go Islam, look at the Muslims getting victories. Well, as an ummah, I'll say as an ummah. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
But meanwhile, it's like, really, what are we celebrating? What are we celebrating? When there's a Muslim that goes and like, say, wins, like, Dances of the Stars, and took off her hijab and is wearing a tight dress, like, oh, look at the Muslim representation on Dancing with the Stars. Huh? Are we celebrating that? Like, what's the point? Is that a win for us? Yeah,
and
the mayor of New York City is Muslim.
Really? I didn't know.
Is he
really?
Is he? What makes him Muslim? Has anybody seen him praying?
Have you seen his wife covered?
I mean, what? Because he has a beard. I don't listen. I don't. I mean, I guess. I mean, if he says he's a Muslim, then okay. I don't really. I haven't looked at a bunch of his speeches or whatever. But from what I have seen and heard of him doing and saying, I haven't seen him do or say or support anything that would lead me to believe that he's a Muslim. But if he says he's a Muslim,
he said he would arrest Benjamin Netanyahu if he came to New York. Huzzah!
So that's the thing, right? So he claims to be Muslim. Okay, that doesn't mean much to me, right? Because if someone is claiming to be Christian, atheist, or whatever, but it's all about what policies and stuff are you promoting. There's people that can claim not to be Muslim that can actually promote more Muslim policies than people that are claiming to be Muslim, right? Yep. Well, as far as politician goes, it doesn't matter what you actually claim to be. And if, like you said, if you listen, I'm in New York, so I'm hearing all the stuff that he's promoting. There's nothing Islamic that he's promoting. I guess the closest thing you can say to being Islamic is that he's anti-Israel, anti-genocide. But white
but
nationalists are doing that now.
But
What
is
is
he
that?
anti-Israel?
Didn't
Uh,
we see him with Trump recently?
That's
Buddy,
questionable.
buddy.
Hold up. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? I don't think I don't think I shared the some of those some of the Mem Danny stuff, man. That's my bad.
Well,
Um,
we're just kind of prelude. We're gonna have to do a
uh,
whole
Oh, show.
oh yeah.
show
Okay.
But
on him. This is just kind of we're just giving y'all a little sprinkle of what we're gonna cover because
Mhm.
it's ridiculous when you think about it hard enough as a Muslim, especially living in the West.
Mhm.
You should get really irked at the stuff
Mhm.
that we're seeing out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
And just real quick, listen. Just because, so let's assume these people are Muslim, alhamdulillah, right? Cool, right? Just because someone claims to be Muslim or is a Muslim, right? And they get thrust into a position of importance, right? Of leadership. Maybe they're high status, maybe they're famous, maybe they're a politician or a celebrity, a basketball player, whatever, right? Just because they're Muslim does not mean they're a good Muslim or a good representation for Islam. All right, they're just famous. They're not guaranteed to be a good Muslim. They can barely pray, but hey, you see them, they go to Umrah or Hajj because they have the money to, or you see them for Eid or Jummah. They could be a terrible Muslim. They have pro-gay things, this, that, and the third. They're supporting the UAE. They're supporting Israel. They're supporting all kind of egregious stuff, right? But they're famous, or they're just totally wayward in their Islam, and they're Muslim, right? And they're promoting Islam the wrong way. They're not a good representation of Islam at all. So just because they're famous does not mean they're a good Muslim at all. We need to get off this one. Oh, well, so and so shit, so and so famous. He's over here holding hands with gay niggas. Like, is he the representation that we're supposed to have for Muslims? No, it's just not how it works.
I'll just say this in general for any Muslim politicians, in order to become a politician and to win an election in the United States, you have to compromise on so many Islamic values and principles
Yes.
that that person, if elected, is not going to really do anything beneficial for the Muslims because they've already compromised or and given up and foregone so many of the things that if they ran on and stayed firm on and could actually move the needle in whatever position they got, then yeah, but they don't hold those same positions. They don't, and in order for them to get in the position that they got, they can't. They can't. They have to be well liberal.
You know, we need to find someone that can articulate and defend and actually believes in the position of this I forget the guy that or the sheikh that Yasser Qadi was debating with, that believes this idea of like we need to get Muslims in politics no matter what the cost, right? And I don't know if you guys seen that video, but it was like just Dr. Yasser Qadi was debating with him, and Dr. Yasser Qadi was like no, there's no. You shouldn't do it. Like he had the and I was like, okay, I agree with him.
Yeah.
And this other guy was like his old teacher or something was saying like, no representation. You know, they need to get in there. This is how you're going to affect change. And the thing that comes to my mind, people that have that position, because I really would like to have a full discussion with someone bringing up those points. I don't see how like going into the belly of the beast is like. Where are we looking for like this Messiah figure that's gonna like he's gonna go into politics and he's gonna walk the tightrope and compromise just enough and still hold on to his Islamic ideals and finally get to a point where that one individual is gonna affect so much change for the Muslims. It's not a reality, and I don't think people understand. The people that go for this position don't understand how politics work where we're at. And then I look back at like the great imams, all the imams that got locked up. Why? Because they wouldn't get into like the politics of religion. No, I'm not going to be your Qadi. I'm not going to be your imam. I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
It's Allah preserved Islam and helped the Muslims even through those bad political times without someone saying, you know what, I'm just going to compromise and go get with this ruler and I'm going to. No, Allah's going to take care of us. Whether we vote, whether we run for office, whether we make hijrah, whether we don't, Allah's going to take care of the ummah. We have to trust in that.
Absolutely.
We just have to be good Muslims.
And this reminds me, I was in a history class, Islamic history class recently, and it's kind of like going into politics is like the plague of Amras, right? You know that the plague is going to kill you, right, if you go there. So it's forbidden for you to go there because, hey, you're going to be corrupted or just die from the plague, right? This is essentially what's like going politics. You go there knowing for sure something about your Islam is compromised. You're going to have to support ideas that are against Islam entirely. It might take out the whole Islam entirely as a whole. So you're going there knowing what comes of it, right? This is like being, I'm gonna be a Muslim actor for freaking Hollywood. You're going to compromise. You're going to do some gay scene. You're going to take off your hijab. You're going to show your outer. Like this is a requirement. This is a requirement for the job that you're going to do, and this is the same as you going for the player.
Let's do a quick. We'll see how long y'all last. Y'all just put y'all name on the ballots, and you're running for mayor of New York City. Amr and Mubarak. I'm the debate panelist. We'll see how long y'all last, right? But y'all gotta stick to your Islamic values. That's the only thing. You cannot compromise. Okay. So Mubarak, here's the first question for both you candidates that are running for office. What is your feeling towards homosexuality and what should happen to homosexuals that practice it openly?
Shoot them.
Okay,
you know what I was seriously okay. Homosexuality is illegal in all of the major religions, and Allah has legislated that it's a crime, and it carries a capital punishment. Therefore, if I get elected, then it will carry the weight of a capital punishment. Anybody caught will receive the capital punishment. They will be executed. But we're not going to go, questioning people about, what their preferences are. But if you act out on those preferences publicly or promote those preferences, then you will be dealt with according to the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
So are you saying that
Sharia law?
Are you saying that you're preferring the laws written in the Quran and the Hadith over the Constitution of the United States?
Yes, it's superior. It's better.
Absolutely.
Like a Muslim would not last. Like literally.
You can't listen. I had a long debate after Jum'ah one day with some brothers. They were like, "Yeah, we need to have people in politics." I said, in order to get into politics, you have to mix your Islam with many other things. It's just like if we got together and say, "Listen, we have a Muslim school or we have a masjid, right?" If we say, "Hey, we have a masjid here, and there is a strip club and a bar that's adjacent on either side of the building that the masjid is in."
Yeah.
If we can vote on a legislation that only allows alcohol to be consumed or strip clubs to be put, it has to be outside of a 10-mile radius of any religious building. They'd be like, "Yeah, that's great. See, the Muslims are doing stuff." But you just voted to allow it to be done somewhere.
Yeah.
Your only vote can be that it's not allowed anywhere. That's it.
Yeah.
So, that's the way. Otherwise, you're basically saying it's okay. So you know what? The people who may have gone to the strip club and then come to the masjid and prayed, which, hey, listen, if you've ever been to Philly, let me leave the Philly people alone. But the point is that it does happen. Seriously, a brother told me a story about a man who came down here from Philly. And he talked about the things that he saw in Philly when he was the imam in Philly. And he said, yeah, people would come in for Jumu'ah and they had just robbed the liquor store and they would go into rukur and guns and stuff would fall out because even these people were Muslims, but they just were doing bad stuff. So my point is that you can't vote for, vote to legislate and implement things that are actually against the Sharia, even though you say, well, it's a little bit better. Just like say, hey, listen, we're going to vote that there can be no boyfriend and girlfriend unless you're over 21.
Yeah.
So
You're still,
you know,
you're still going for premarital sex, fornication.
you know, it's like, okay, because people say, wow, these high school kids, they're doing all types of stuff or whatever. Okay, we're gonna vote no free mixing under the age of 21. And the Muslims are like, yeah, see, no, that's not Islam. It doesn't matter. It
It's
shouldn't
not.
be
You
at
know-
any age. So these are the type of things that you run into constantly if you get into politics.
You ever see that there's a movie with Russell Crowe where he was like a captain of some like old shipping or old boat thing or whatever? And
Master and
always
Commander.
remember this thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think it's called Master and Commander. Yeah. Good
Yeah,
one.
Master and Commander. So there was one thing they did in the beginning of the movie that was like, that was genius. And they kind of, it was like a rookie guy on a boat, and they were kind of like testing him. And like in the boat, they had weevils, like things that basically those little worms that get in the food, right? And there was 2 weevils on the table, and he asked him, and he's like, "You have a choice. Would you take, when you're choosing between the small weevil or that big one to eat, which one do you choose?" And he was like, it was like a test to see how smart he was, and he said, "Well, I'm going to choose the lesser of the evils and eat the small one." And then they all started laughing. And basically the moral of the story was, when you're faced with the choice between 2 evils, you don't choose either of them.
Yeah, because they're both
Right? That was you don't eat either of them. Why would you? Right? And that's like what politics is. Like they think that there's some kind of good in choosing the lesser of the evil. So it's like, okay, you know what? Like, and we do this when we sin, right? We're like, well, I did go out, but
It's not as bad as doing this. Yeah.
I went to the strip club, but I didn't drink. You know, I didn't do that.
I didn't do Zina. I just had a lap dance.
I messed with the girl, but I didn't get her pregnant. Like,
Yeah. That's pretty wild. I can oh yeah. Well.
But that's exactly how mankind justifies sin, where they look at something that's worse than what they're doing, and they say it's okay for me to do that.
Yeah, there's other bad things happening in life, so this isn't as bad. And we could compromise. Listen. I'm saying it right now. Never compromise on your religion, because I guarantee you it's more fun when they're talking about the things that you say. Like, I've been at work, so let me tell you a story. I'll tell you a story offline. But I was at work. It's this gay dude. He was asking me about Islam. He was like, "So what happens to me?" I was like, "Oh, you're on the express train to hell." He was he was so shocked. I said, "What do you want me to say, bro? You go to hell. I don't tell you. Right now, as you are, bro, you go to hell. I don't. You over here gay. You got a boyfriend. You go to hell."
No, this is what the Muslims need to do. Maybe when we ever actually have time and money, we need to do this. Hear me out. We need to model the KKK. Listen to me, it's gonna be genius. It's gonna be genius. Black hoods. Well, listen, I don't know if they still do it, but I know they used to. Where every year the leader of the KKK used to run for president, standing on the KKK values, knowing damn well they wouldn't win. But all of it's like, we should do that as an ummah, where we just put a nominator for president, and all he does is he sticks to the script and just says Islamic values, knowing damn well he's not going to win. But you know what? It's going to be in the news.
But hey, that's an excellent idea. But what I can tell you, like the tweet that we covered earlier about the director of the USCIS, the immigration services or whatever, he said they're going to review all green cards for people that are from countries of concern, basically all the Muslim countries. Anybody with a green card from a Muslim country, they're going to review it. Basically, we'll be getting some of y'all up out of here. Wow. So with that being said, it definitely cannot be anybody who is foreign of they got to be like at least 3 generations.
Look, but these white dudes have to start earning their keep.
Yeah.
Mom videos, y'all gotta run for Muslim president.
Yeah.
They're gonna be compromised like day one. Like the first time we got on the panel, I was like, you know what? I actually went to Tel Aviv one time. I was at the wall. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it definitely got to be a white American or a black American or someone, that way they can't really deport them. But hey, listen, get one foreigner of any kind, Pakistani, Somali, whatever, man, they actually, the Somalis, they pretty embedded, man. They got Minnesota on lock. They like they doing all types of stuff up there. They can't get them out of there.
Oh
They running the food stamp scams. They run they doing all types of stuff, and like what y'all gonna do? So maybe a Somali could do it, but for the most part, to be serious, like it's not a bad idea actually. I mean, put it this way, I would vote. That's when you would see me coming out and voting if that happened.
Well, that's where really, if there was something like that done, where the larger community, as far as Americans go, could actually see how Islamic laws could actually fix all the issues that we have here, right? Because because presidential runs, they just bring up different issues, right? And whether it's crime or whatever, like, oh yeah, you know what? If we just chopped up a couple of people's hands, guess what? The crime rate will go down. Like, and you start like they'd be able to actually see how like Islamic laws, Islamic standards would literally solve every issue that you have in the United States.
You know what? I did my thesis for my bachelor's. That's what my thesis was. It was literally going through all the major laws and different things in the United States and why. Basically, the premise was why Sharia is the only thing that can make America great again. This was when Trump was first running out with it, so I kind of ran with that. But like in every level, just implementing the Sharia would actually enhance what the American people allegedly what they want, what would benefit the people. The problem is the American laws for in general and even politics is not for the benefit of the people. It's for the benefit of a few people, and the masses are used to extract wealth, resources, power for an elite. So that's my anti-Illuminati plug for the show.
Absolutely. And listen, I'm talking about being said this about a couple years back about a cult. Listen,
the Freemasons.
If it's a family business and you're not part of that family, so it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work. I don't care how much pandering you do for the whites or whatever. Like, what's that dude's name? The freaking Indian guy that ran for governor of Ohio, Vivek. The Indian guy Vivek ran for freaking like some politician.
I know you're talking
Vivek
about
Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
Dude was such a joke, man. He bleached his skin. I mean, he was trying to sound like, I'm like, bro, you are a splitting image of Apu from The Simpsons, and you think they're not gonna notice? He like literally said,
so one Charlie Kirk video was like, that's what I need to do.
This man ran for his political career, and he did all this pandering for Republicans, and they went out to vote and said, he reminds me of 9/11, so no.
I mean, they told the boy straight up. He was at a rally. They told Ramaswamy straight up. They said, you're a Hindu. We're not voting for you. I'm like, this was at his own rally. I'm like, man, y'all came to his rally to tell him that. Usually, if you're doing a political rally, it's only your dudes there. It's your crew. Usually, you pay the people to be there. Most of those, you think those people yelling, holding the signs are there because they're that passionate about that candidate? No, a lot of them are paid to be there. Hey, listen, we need you to come out. Hey, here goes a certain amount of money. Those people that they have where you see them on the camera, those are people handpicked and usually paid. So, I mean, if you got a person at your own rally that's like, yo, you a Hindu, we ain't voting for you. I mean,
that's when you call it quits.
So,
unlace the shoes, take them
on next show. On the next show we do about Zahra Mamdani, we talk about how Twitter for like 2 days let out all the locations for accounts. Every major MAGA account is set in India or Nigeria. Every single one of them. Every blue check MAGA account is set somewhere in India or somewhere in Nigeria, Lagos. Like,
and all the pro Israel, pro Zionist accounts was all in India. It was funny, man.
Every single one. There's an account that has
That's
like
a
a
joke,
million
man.
followers. That's like this Israeli chick. It's an Indian guy in the slums somewhere posting updates about this IDF chick.
Yeah, that's the one thing, and I'll just say this, and I'll leave it. But that's the one thing that, I mean, if there's anything to look forward to in a complete societal collapse, and that is at least you know that who you're talking to is who you're talking to. I mean, nowadays with AI, and it's like you see these commercials where you have the dude, like literally they can take this video of me talking right now, and same voice, hand gestures, everything can turn it into a white overweight woman, and everything is like you can't tell the difference, and just go back. It's like nowadays any clip that you see, any news cast that they have, the newscaster, the person sitting there and he's talking and very articulate or whatever, AI. So in a minute when they get really good, you won't know what's real and what ain't. So I mean,
Exactly.
I it's to the point now where I'm like, it's certain things, even if someone said, oh watch this thing, I don't even look at stuff no more, because I'm like, I don't even know if it's real or not.
Yep.
And it's like I don't even want to spend the energy trying to figure out, is this real? I want to know, like, if you say, wow, this is amazing, I want to be like, okay, let me see if it's amazing or not. Now I got to basically be like, before I even look to whether it's amazing or not, I got to try to see if there's something. Does the person have 6 fingers, or does he have 3 arms? I'm trying to figure out if I can find the AI in it, which a lot of times you can't tell the difference. But listen, I want to get back to person, human being interaction. This stuff now is like, you don't know.
It's going to get to a point where, like, there's going to be requirements where you have to state, like, you have to, like, remember we used to buy food. You go to the grocery store, you just buy food, you buy a can of soup, buy whatever. Then at some point, like, all right, you got to start putting the ingredients in whatever you're selling. There's things now, you see it now, like even with the video editing software, even with the posting to certain social medias, like you have to declare, does this have any artificial intelligence in it, right? Because like you see the commercials on TV, and just because I played around with it a little bit, I'm like, oh, they have that good software, because I'm pretty sure that's AI, but I can't. That looks like a real life person, and even to the point where, like I forget who it was. What it was some cartoon that just came out. They did a sequel or something, and Debo played the original, or did the voice for the original character, and the family gave permission for okay, go ahead, you could recreate his voice and do it for the sequel. But just it might seem simple, but just think about that. Like we have actors with that when we were kids, they were the hot stuff. Then they get older and then they fade out, right? Imagine a Brad Pitt forever. That's there's not going to be any real actors anymore. There's not going to be any real newscasters. No writers. How would I pay somebody where I could just get somebody on a computer? Create me that character. There's pop singers that they've created out of AI that actually AI writes the song, sings the song, and they get followers. People buy their music, and it's a computer. Nobody did it. So it's a whole new world we're entering, man.
Somebody could actually take this R2F show, right? They got enough data on our voices and our mannerisms and different things, and could literally just recreate it. Have us talking about Johnny is the 7th Sultan.
I've always believed in him.
They might try.
I had to take it.
They can have us be like, yeah, we rejoined the Sufi code. We're back in. We're back. If you like Jordan in '95, we're back. So yeah, you gotta be careful.
I guess this is AI. He might. Where are we supposed to wait? Mubar, you're supposed to be writing us a rebuttal.
Man, let me tell you, man. I can't forget about that. Every time I thought about that, I started to write it right that night. I was like, yo, I'm gonna write this. I got up the next day and I was like, man, number one, this joint is whack. Okay, if I didn't have no context, if I had no context about any of this, and I'd be like, that joint is buns. And so I'm like, I don't want and so I would have to do so much explaining, because I have there's the TMOA connected R2F life, and then I have an actual like a normal. I'm a normal person. So the people that don't know nothing about TMOA and like R2F and why, you know, at least how we started anyway, we're kind of like over them now. But for the people who don't really know me from there, they'd be like, why you writing a whack behind song? Like, what is this, man? This joint is like.
Let me explain.
Yeah. And so it would take too long to explain. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't full. And plus, I was like, I don't got time. I really don't have time.
Also, like it's also with like a little bit of the, I don't know why I get intrigued by rap battles every now and then. But I guess like with that guy Machine Gun or whatever, he did put out like a diss track for Eminem. And they asked Eminem about it. He was like, "Huh? What? Who?" Like, why? I'm not responding to like. We're gonna give him credibility.
Yeah.
Give him, if we even do respond to that.
Jonas Whack. And on top of that, the joint was AI anyway. That wasn't him singing.
That's like your whole life, buddy.
Yeah, you can't carry a tune like that, bro. Come on. I mean, you know, I mean, it's almost like, I mean, okay, you're a decent shooter or whatever, and then you just you know those the jugs machine, right? Mm-hmm. That, you know, receivers use to practice catching balls, and the jugs machine will throw the ball with a perfect spiral every time with the right velocity to the exact pinpoint location every time.
Yeah,
that's like you basically be like, yo, man, I can throw, but instead, I'm just going to use this to throw the balls. You know, it's like that's like using AI. It's like it's not you. I mean, like you really. I mean, it's to me, it's weak. It's weak. I mean, they used to make fun of people for using auto tune or whatever, saying they can't sing, so that's why they use auto tune. But now it's just, they ain't even singing at all. They just
put in a prompt. Write a song about this for me.
Yeah, and it'll do it. It'll do it. It's amazing. But you know, the only I would say though, I would just say this. We're talking about candidates for president or a Muslim candidate or whatever. I only know of one place where if a person is from, that the candidate will definitely they're definitely gonna win, or they should win. It's only one place. Do you guys have any idea where that place would be?
Is it open from 9 to 5?
Is there a family McDonald's? Maybe a demon or two?
La Hoot Lamacon, baby.
You know what we gotta do? You know the football introductions, they do the starters.
Yep.
It's like we gotta do one with all like the great Sufi places. Eric Singh,
that was like somebody had like a picture where it had these different Lamacons and Yamakons.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, all these different places.
Lahu,
Bahu, Yahoo,
Malaku, yep. Jabrut. Muhammad Amanasser, Jabrut Lamacon.
Hey yo, I was in a cult video with you cheesing, looking happy to be having been in the cult. That John doing numbers though. The video, yeah. I think it. I mean, it's over 1,000 views. I think. But
Joffrey milking it again. Oh my God.
He's milking it. Yeah, I mean, you've been accused of milking, milking the cult stuff. I mean.
I just got invited for another interview on a non-Muslim cult, Joe.
Oh yeah. That's good, man. Hey, listen, if you're gonna milk it,
maybe I'll even cry in this one.
And when I was in the cult, they had bacon.
Yo, he made me flip his toenails.
Barking dog.
I gotta relive it every time I see something.
Wait. Listen, I don't know about that, but can I read you a comment on Joffrey's video?
Oh gosh, go ahead.
This man said, "This was not a Sufi group, more of a group of people with serious problems using religious control. A true tariqah is free. It is strictly based on madhab of fiqh and traditional scholarship. Blame yourself for not doing your research before joining a group." Hey, listen, Joffrey. Hey, listen.
I would love for that guy to explain what madhab his Sufi group came from. Imam Shafi was not part of any Sufi group. Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Ahmed, none of them were part of any Sufi group.
Listen, they're gonna have some story to justify. They always do. Like I said, you'll never be able to extract the goofy from the Sufi.
We're gonna end on that quote right there. So, next week when we're gonna go in depth on our boy, the new mayor of New York City, Zahran Mamdani. So tune in then. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you have any comments, questions, or whatever, type them in the chat. Email us at emailr2f@gmail.com, and we'll see you guys next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thanks so much.